Most of the people who found housing options had some personal connection to mental illness. They had a family member, a friend, and they knew firsthand that without an affordable, supportive environment to live, someone with mental illness was going to have a very hard time of it. Housing Options provides a fully furnished apartment, everything, couches, chairs, tables, forks, knives, everything, to someone to come into our program and live in one of the apartments that we either own or lease. Housing Options has a team of social workers, case managers, a nurse that provide ongoing mental health and case management support to all of our residents. Housing Options residents are people. The one thing they all have in common is that they have a chronic mental illness like bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, or chronic major depression. Beyond that, each one is a unique individual. Some Housing Options residents are very active. They go to school, they have jobs. Some of our residents are not that able to be independent. Some Housing Options residents have been homeless for years. Some Housing Options residents have led very limited lives before they came to Housing Options. All of the apartment buildings that we own are small. Part of the idea of Housing Options is that our properties, our buildings, the apartments we lease should be well integrated into the neighborhoods.
It's great to have Housing Options residents as neighbors. They're wonderful people.
The Evanston community, I think, has gotten a gift of having our program in the area, because mental illness is an illness, and so many times today even the government doesn't want to treat it as an illness, and it's very difficult when you're suffering from it to be able to be a productive person, because at the beginning mental illness can just take everything away from you.
Before she came to live in a Housing Options apartment, she lived in an intermediate care facility in a crowded, dingy room with two other women, neither of them very pleasant. The facility was in many ways like a prison.
He said to me, "What does this program mean to you?" I said, "It's like the whole enchilada." There isn't a thing that isn't done for me personally and for anybody that has to do with your security, housing, medications, psychiatric follow-up. It covers all the aspects of my life, yet I have freedom.
I'm very happy and I'm very grateful to be in the Housing Options program.
Well, Housing Options made my life very, very simple in reading, where I can just open my mind up and find out things I never found before, you know, like things on the street that bothered me before, you know. So nothing ever bothers me no more too much.
I think the most important thing I'd like to say to people watching this video is mental illness doesn't kill. Rather, perhaps the stigma is what kills us.
The community wants you to be like them, and then you want to be part of the society. So if mental illness was not, if a person has a mental illness, it just make them feel just the same as anybody else. It's just a disease, you know, that needs to be cured.
I think in '96, when I first got diagnosed, I still didn't believe it. And I didn't take the medicine and my life got worse. But I just think that, you know, if you come to realize, hey, this does exist, it can exist in my family, and, you know, we just don't know it. And maybe we can prevent it and help it by understanding it more and helping, you know, organizations like Housing Options to support this, you know, because it's a good cause. I mean, it can happen to anybody.
I would like to see Housing Options grow in the next 5 years by getting enough funding to continue their work, and also to get more buildings for people with mental illnesses.
I know I wouldn't be alive today if I had fallen back into what I was before. I've had situations where I've had to go in the hospital, but the stays have been much shorter than they were before. And the staff, I just can't say enough about them. They're like my guardian angels.
She wouldn't be going to college where she's gotten straight A's. She would be knocking herself out on her homework. She wouldn't be working as a marshal's associate and making enough money almost to support herself. She's a terrific person, and she has become a person in her own right, and it's all due to housing options.